Hello, hello. This video is picture yourself as a car. And I've been working on this one for a while, but it was just a logistical nightmare. But here we are, and we still have about a half an hour of daylight left, so let's go for it. Picture yourself as a car. Okay, so you're going about your life and driving along. This is you, ego you, and you are in the driver's seat. Now, eventually, you come to realize you're not alone in your car. And there's someone in the back seat. Also, you. This would be higher self. And she is sitting in the back seat with you as you go along your life. And for the most part, she's pretty quiet. At least at first. Usually for about the first half of your life, she's pretty quiet. The best example I can give of this is when you see someone drop money and there is no one else around, no one else to see, and you could easily pick up that money and no one would ever know. But you hear that little voice in your head that says, hey, tell that person that they dropped their money. Did you ever wonder who that was? Well, yeah, that's my conscience. Okay, well, what is that? What does that mean? Who is this little voice in your head that you hear from time to time? Usually in times when there's a clear-cut right and a clear-cut wrong, and it yells at you the clear-cut right answer. Well, that would be higher self. And the goal is to begin to hear her better and begin to actually listen to the things she's saying. Begin to trust her and see that she actually does know her way around. So we're going to go through some examples here of some kind of everyday situations. All right. Of course, the first one is always my favorite example. And these would be intersections in life. You know, when places where we need to decide how to react to something. So our first one here is we're driving, ironically, and we get behind. We're stuck in traffic, stuck behind a slow driver. So your reaction, ego's reaction, is to want to be impatient and get upset and angry and bent out of shape over this. So that's the way that you decide to turn. So we're going to react with impatience. But where does that lead us? That is not a fun place to be. When you're impatient, you are not in a happy mindset. So let's go back and try this again and see what higher self has to say about this situation. All right. So higher self says, instead of reacting with impatience, let's try the opposite here. And let's react with patience. Let's look at this event as a lesson in patience. And, you know, if we miss some event that we're supposed to be at right now because this person is going so slow, then let's just chalk it up to maybe I wasn't supposed to be there after all. Everything for a reason. So let's try responding with patience and see what happens here. Do we run into another frowny face? Well, no. when we respond with patience to this situation, we are still in our happy state of mind, our happy place. All right. Now let's do another example. This one, let's do something having to do with fear. Okay. Let's say that your job is in jeopardy, and you might be losing your job because your boss thinks your position is kind of unnecessary. So we have a choice here to make. We can respond with fear to this situation and kind of keep our mouth shut and not stand up for the reasons that we think our job is valuable to the company, and just, hope for the best. So let's respond with fear here and see what happens. Oh, another sad face. We are not in our happy place anymore when we're fearful. So let's back this up and think about this again. Higher self is telling us, instead of responding with fear, let's look at this as a lesson in courage, and respond instead with courage by stepping up and standing up for ourselves and telling our boss all the reasons why we're a valuable asset, and the company would be much better off with us than without us. So we respond with courage. And where does that get us? We are still on our happy road here. Okay, let's see. Intersection number 3. Okay, let's talk about anger and forgiveness. Let's say someone is being rude or mean to us. Now, ego us would like to respond to this situation with anger, obviously. Why put our hand out to someone who is only going to bite it, basically? They don't deserve it. So let's respond with anger because someone did us wrong. And let's see where that gets us. Back to unhappy. We are out of our happy place yet again when we respond with anger. So let's back this up. And we don't need to understand why this person is being mean or rude. All we have to do is forgive. It's not our job to judge anyone. God will do that part. So even if someone has wronged us, our best option here is to forgive and to go about our merry way here. Literally, our merry way. And we are going to keep on driving down our happy road. Okay, let's see. Our next intersection in life here. Let's see. Our next example would be, let's look at a situation where we have no control. And times in life where we need to release that need to control. Just an example of this would be, say we see some type of injustice. Maybe it's relatives acting unfairly to each other. And we want to step in and mediate this situation, but our words fall on deaf ears, basically. And these people would rather, be difficult and unreasonable than listen to us. So we could either, again, have that, grab onto that need to control and be left feeling unhappy. Or we could back up here and listen again to what our friend in the back seat is saying. And what she is saying is she is telling us that sometimes we need to release the need to control certain situations. We may want to, we may know that we know best, but people aren't always going to hear us. And sometimes we just need to release that need to control and just let the chips fall where they may. All right, so we're still on our happy path here. Let's keep going to our next example of an intersection in life here. And that would be things that hold power over us and how that can teach us to take our power back. So an example of this would be, say, our father's disapproval of our lifestyle. That would be something that holds power over us. And that's always kind of in the back of our mind, that our father is disapproving of us. And that will cause us pain and sorrow yet again. But if we listen to our friend in the back seat, she is going to tell us that as difficult as it is, we need to take our power back right here. And it sucks that our father disapproves of us, of our life, of all our choices, everything we've ever done. But we can't let that slow us down. It is time to take our power back and turn that direction. So we keep on boogieing on down our happy road. And I would hope at this point we are starting to trust our friend in the back seat and see how far she has truly gotten us. She's taken us down a lot of intersections and steered us the right way. So maybe it's time to give her a little credit and let go of the wheel a little bit. Maybe we don't have to quite let her in the driver's seat yet, but, maybe we could let her sit up front with us. She makes a lot of sense. All right, let's go to our last little example of another intersection here in our life. And now a few things kind of go hand in hand in this one. How about a situation where we want to grasp for something and higher self is telling us it's time to let go. Things that would fall under this category would be if someone we love leaves us and we feel abandoned and we want to grab on and do whatever we can to hold on to that person and get them back. And that's a very strong feeling. But higher self tells us we need to let go here. It's kind of goes hand in hand with standing on our own 2 feet. Okay, we need to let go and see what happens. Higher self, spirit is telling us to trust the plan. And on top of that, higher self is telling us we need to stand on our own 2 feet. We don't need anything or anyone except us 2 in the car here to be truly happy. So when we grasp, we end up back at sad every single time. And when we back up and we decide to let go of this idea of how we think things are supposed to look, then we continue on our happy road. And as we keep going, these turns on this road, we inch closer and closer to home, to the kingdom, because that's where higher self is taking us. The happy road leads to the kingdom. If it makes you happy, you're going the right way. If it makes you sad, you're going the wrong way. It's really, really just as simple as that. Whatever feels good and right is the right way to go. And if it causes chaos and upset to you inside, something's not right there. And you're going the wrong way. And spirit, higher self, the girl in the back seat, she's here to point you in the right direction. If you listen to her. She's there. She's not just there when somebody drops money. She's there all the time for every intersection in life we come to. She knows the right way. All we have to do is choose to listen. And the kingdom of happy is a pretty awesome place to be. So, and if you try it, and you try and listen to higher self for a while, and you don't find yourself getting to where you want to be, you can always go back to the old way of doing things. It doesn't hurt to try, right? So I think that's it for this video. Picture yourself as a car. This girl right here in the back seat, she's your friend, not your enemy. She's trying to help you out. Let her sit in front with you. Let her direct you here and there and see what happens. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.